Welcome to the Polishing Profits Podcast, where we discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions. Here to help you grow your detailing business, your hosts, Nick and Dustin.
Dustin's muted. Unmute your mic, Dustin.
I'm back home, baby.
Okay, you ready to rock?
You can't mute me for long.
No one can keep Dustin quiet.
No, heck no. God, where was I? I had somebody that. What was it? I can't believe I was somewhere and I was supposed to be quiet for some period of time, and they were like, "That's impossible. There's no way you did that." I can't remember where I was.
Yeah, somewhere warm, somewhere tropical.
Yeah, probably. What's up, Nick? How you doing, brother?
We're doing pretty good. It's Friday, end of October. We're about to be hitting November, December, big months, so excited for the show. We got some cool topics. What about you? What's going on with you?
We do. I am in the middle of getting ready to travel to SEMA. We fly out in the morning. Gonna go spend the week over there talking software, talking business. We'll be in the IGL booth with those guys representing, and we got some cool stuff. We're going to all the parties, you know that. Detail Bookie be there loud and proud, and super excited about it, man. It's gonna be a fun trip.
We could start the show with a little SEMA, right? Because the next show, we'll see how it goes with SEMA and everything. But what's one of your favorite things to do at SEMA?
Well, so it's a work trip for me.
It's SEMA. It's SEMA. Yeah. It's a big work trip.
It is. I mean, but the amount of people, the amount of connections that you meet, and people that you meet there is just, you can't even compare it to anything else. Like, you think mobile tech and like there's a lot of people there, a lot of detailers there, but dude, it's not even close to what SEMA is. So meeting all the people, and then of course going to Justin's party there at Detailers of Las Vegas. His is always fun to go to. And just seeing all the people that we don't see, ever that often, and getting together is a lot of fun. And of course, it's Vegas, man, which I'm knee deep in training for an Ironman in let's see, in April, I think.
Okay.
So I probably won't get to have as wild of a SEMA as I would have otherwise.
Well, let me ask you this, because SEMA, I've got mixed feelings on SEMA. It's so big. Mm-hmm. Right. It's just so big. It's so much to take in. If you haven't been to SEMA, what do you recommend for those smaller time details that are like, man, I want to go see what's new or get to SEMA? Forget the Vegas. Who cares where it's at? Right. Yeah. What are those things that you'd recommend for a smaller time detailer going?
Make a plan on what you want to see. It is so big, and the attention is everywhere. So like, to stay focused and go see what you want to see. Plan your day out. Have some time in there where you can just wander around and walk around and try new things, see new things. Yeah. But absolutely make a plan. If you want to come see Detail Bookie and do a demo, make sure that's down, and even reach out to the companies. We've been setting meetings for the last few weeks to have there.
In person, which is smart. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And so, having that, like, we don't mind you calling and saying, hey, I'm going to be at SEMA, would 2:30 on Thursday work for you guys to come by the booth? Like, absolutely. Then we can put it on the calendar. We make sure we're there. We make sure we look for you. And so that's if I'm a newbie going to SEMA, that's 100% what I'm doing.
Yeah. My first time didn't go with a plan. It's overwhelming. You know what I mean?
I did the same thing. Yeah.
God, it almost made it almost a negative experience because you're walking.
You don't see anything because you see everything.
Yeah. And you just leave there and you're like, what the heck? You got a bag full of like free little goodies and you don't even remember who you talked to or what you did. And you missed some presentations and you wanted to do this. And the planning part, I think, is a really good point of advice for anyone thinking to go to SEMA. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a must, to kind of have an agenda set out. And of course, you leave you some time to, to wander around and to see new things, but absolutely have an agenda set.
What's going on at EasyM this week? Anything fun and exciting?
Easy in this week is barnacles. Is what's going on. Let me tell you about these barnacles I'm trying to get off this pontoon boat. And by the way, I'm trying this. I've been looking for one of those ice blasters, a dry ice
The
machine.
dry ice, yeah.
Yeah, man, and they're expensive. You can, and even renting them is hard to rent. You got to have compressors to run them and all this stuff. But we have a pontoon. It's a brand new pontoon boat that's set in the water and down in the Gulf for a year, basically, or 6 months since they bought
Yeah.
it. It's set there, and it is just destroyed with barnacles. And you try to power wash them off. You try a barnacle blaster, but nothing works. So we're dealing with barnacles.
I don't deal with any barnacles. Let me just tell you that right now. Zero.
PPF. It is the PPF removal of the marine world.
Yeah. Oh God, that's terrible. Yeah.
Moving PPF are about the same level of
Really? Well, at least you can sort of peel it a little bit. You're not peeling a barnacle,
You're
right?
not peeling a barnacle, dude. You're spending time. And listen, when you get them knocked down, so it's not. First of all, they stink, and then
Yeah.
second of all, you get them all like off. But then you have where they've attached themselves to whatever it is, and it's like a little bit of a. It's almost like a water spot, but
Yeah.
it's organic, and you had to sand it off. So
Yeah.
and I'm talking hundreds of thousands of barnacles. So barnacle removal. If you ever get the chance to remove some barnacles, pass.
Dustin's got barnacles on the brain right now.
I got barnacles on the brain.
Only thing I had was actually what happened today, which I think is a good thing for the viewers. So we had a customer come in and he wanted to do the ceramic coating at home, but he wanted us to do the paint correction. Have you gone through that before?
Yeah, I've had a few over. I mean, I'm probably 3 or 4 over the 10-year period.
And our guys did a great job. They're like, look, someone wanted to come in and then he needed help, right? That's our motto. Like, he wants help. Sure. It's not on the menu. Let's figure out what we can do. Right.
Yeah.
So we sell him just a one-step polish. It was a new Tesla. It wasn't in bad shape, but the one thing that wasn't communicated was a one-step polish for like a ceramic coating prep is different than just like a quick one-step polish for, one-step polish and wax.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like quick and easy. So what we did is obviously we pulled out the 5-inch to the 3-inch, and we really took our time on each panel to get it as close as possible with, a one-step polish.
So,
And now, of course, the customer's like, oh, hey, but the one-step polish says that it comes with a wax, and since we didn't do the wax, do I get a discount?
Oh yeah, yep.
Right. So our guys, they're trained to do it, but I was there and I was like, okay, I haven't had my coffee. I'm a little grumpy. Let me deal with this guy here.
Right.
And now he's a super good guy. Talked about, we're going to do his other car. We're going to take care of this guy. And that's the only reason I bring it on the show, because it ended positively. But when you're dealing with a customer like that, I just was, bare, honest, and told him, just like I told you, look, yes, what you wanted isn't on the menu. The service we did for you probably should have charged you a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was for the goal of, hey, look, we're going to polish out your car. Great.
Yeah.
$250, $300.
Sure.
But we want you as a customer, right? Obviously, we're a hand car wash. We want to maintain your car.
That's
so I'm
right.
Like, I don't really care if, I'm not trying to make as much as I can on a polish job.
I
want to keep him as a customer and explaining him, the difference of what we did versus what that service did, and taking the time. I'm talking 15, 20, 25 minutes. We talked PPF. We talked a bunch of different stuff. It's sort of how we handled that. But that sort of was my headache before the show today. And it wasn't even a headache, but something that hopefully people can take something away from.
Oh, and they do. And things like that happen all the time. And this is why we took out protection in our packages. So when we sell a package, a detailing package, you buy the package and then you add protection, because it never failed. Like if we said, all right, our standard package comes with a polymer sealant. Yeah. And then but you want to add ceramic. Well, you're not taking off credit for the polymer sealant.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's baked into the price. That don't make sense. So now that's fine. We hear you.
Yeah, we hear what you want.
Yeah. So now we don't sell a standard. We sell our standard detail, and it has no protection. And so then you buy your level of protection. And so that way, and it's just, but yeah, we've gone through those same things before, and it's like, well, did you take this off, or because you're not doing
and then it was like, oh wait, it's a Tesla, it's got glass on it. Did we polish the glass? I'm like,
right.
No, we didn't. But we're happy to give it a quick alcohol pass and get it ready for your coating that you're going to put on there.
exactly. And prep wiping it down is something that you
Yeah,
can do
yeah. Like
that's not
my
calculated in.
goal is the customer leave happy and make that a relationship where it's going to be a return customer.
Well,
Show him the knowledge, right? Show him the understanding, the reasoning behind of why we do it our way. Truthfully, 99 to 95% of the people, they love our one-step polish. You get a good quick polish, coat of wax, you can't beat it.
Shiny, clean and shiny. It's just
Clean and shiny. But for that specific customer and what he wanted to have done, right, wasn't on the menu, right?
Well,
so we're there. Yeah.
A lot of detailers want to find that as like a time to be combative or like us, you exert your pride and like, this is a win. I got to win over this customer. No.
Oh, I'm going to
Like,
win. I'm going to take him down. No.
Like, this is an opportunity for you to make a long lasting relationship. And if it's to bend a little bit here to massage that relationship, make sure that it's, that everybody's understands what they're getting and that you're delivering the product you said you were going to deliver. Like that's an opportunity instead of a point of contention,
Yeah. And I think, you put it absolutely perfect, because what happens is then it's never about the dollar that's in front of you. You know what I mean? We sell our ceramic coatings with the first maintenance is free, because we're going to be seeing that over the next 5 years on those recurring payments, right? Of 150 to 250 a visit to keep that ceramic looking perfect. Customer gets to see what the maintenance is about, right?
Absolutely.
Whether they see the value at the initial purchase, they're going to 6 months go by. They're going to be like, hey, what do I owe you? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
You already paid. We got you covered. You know what I mean? And they're like, they leave blown away.
Yeah, I love that too. That's something that we're working through right now is how we pitch our maintenance after the ceramic, and we're even considering dropping to a 1-year ceramic along, selling a 1-year ceramic alongside of our other ones. We have only offered one package with ceramic coating. We didn't offer like a good, better, best, and I think that we've left some sales on the table over the years because of that. So we're looking at implementing some new packages for that as well.
I think, again, the 1 year or the 6 month, whatever you want to call it, right? The one that's a lot easier to put on and take off and less with no correction, right? People want to taste it. They're like, okay, ceramic, it's a buzzword. You're going to get a lot, but the price point is that barrier. But if they're able to see the value, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's going to be on there 6 months. You're going to see your paint pop. You're going to see how smooth it is. You're going to see the water and everything jump off of there and your car looking brand new. I had a guy do, so a boost is what, it's our ceramic boost. I think it's 175 for a Model Y, right? He did it twice, right? So that's $350. And he loved it so much that he did a regular ceramic. So he's at $1,300.
Right.
And then after that, it's then we're still doing the boost and maintaining it.
And you may not have gotten the sale had you not offered that package. He may say, well, I'm not, I don't want to spend $1,200 or $1,000 or whatever the number is to get it done in the first place. But by offering something a little more affordable out of the gate to get that experience, I think is really cool. And it's definitely something that we're looking to. At the Billy Smith, at the end of the day, residual money is going to be better. So building relationships key. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that ceramics have had the opportunity to hurt us by saying we want to charge it all up front and see you later and see you in 4 or 5 years or 3 years. And that is a disservice. Let me tell you how hard a business model like that, where you're constantly having to buy new customers because your retention makes no sense. Like, you're not
dealership model. When you go buy a car, right? When you go buy a car, you're not expecting to see that guy back unless he's looking to buy another car. Right. They're going to put any little add-on or this or that, or try and drive up the bill as much as they can. Oh, guess what? You got to pay for taxes, license plate, all this other stuff. You leave there happy because you got a new car, but you're like, man, that was expensive. You don't leave super excited sometimes.
No, buyer's remorse. All right, man. We got to get to the topic today.
Oh, there's a topic? There's a topic too? Oh,
there is a topic, and the topic is the same topic as last week, is AI. It was such a big topic that we could not cover it in one episode, so we chose to do a second episode.
Yeah. So what did we not get to last week? What could we not get to?
So we didn't get. So what we did last week was kind of that far-fetched. How could AI potentially impact our industry? Right. What we talked about were things that like needing software, needing cameras and computers and
Dustin, you're just such a dreamer. It's the dreams of AI. You're a dreamer, Dustin.
Red Dot Detailing will have all the newest and latest and greatest AI hardware and software. But anyways, no. So this week is all about use case scenario now. How can I use AI today?
And how are we using it? You know what I mean? What are we?
Yeah, right. How do we use it? And then how could you potentially use it? Absolutely.
So on our end, right, the only tool we really use is Canva Pro.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I use ChatGPT once in a while, but having it one central location for marketing purposes is kind of the only place I see marketing and AI going hand in hand right now as the easiest application. Do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%. I think it's probably the most effective way to use it right out of the gate. You know, when we think about AI and its tools that are already built that are affordable, you know, Canva and how it's used inside of Canva. So our marketing team uses it. I don't personally use Canva. I've logged in a couple times and looked around, but you know, like I'm not actually designing ads.
Do you know the login, Dustin? You got the login memorized?
No. I don't know any logins. But you know, Canva. So you know, and what that is just a design, a software that you can use to design and write copy and things like that.
Yep.
Well, they've inserted AI tools inside that to help you do things like that a typical like graphic designer would do, like removing things out of pictures, adding things to pictures, changing colors. Now, what I use AI for every day is, and by the way, I think it's an excellent tool to use. Two things. I use Chat GPT. One is to I can check grammar. I can change tone on any maybe text messages or long posts or long responses that I'm making. I can use it as a tool to look over anything that I'm writing out. Or even respond to. But even more than that, I love to use it for brainstorming.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming up with an idea of
so when you're in the lair, when you're in the dungeon, right? And you've got your wizard hat on and you're trying to think of what's that next thing. You go to ChatGPT.
Yeah, man, it's one of my go-tos. I mean, because we have some really cool brainstorming sessions here at EZN, and that's some of the things that we feel like have kind of separated us is the way that we've always come together and brainstormed ideas and thought through things. But now Chat GPT is like having another person in the room, and with an endless supply of information and readily available, literally readily available. So, like if you put an ideas in there and you say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. Give me a list of ideas about blah blah blah." And it's gonna ramble off like a list of stuff, like and then it really gets the mind turning. If you're trying to name things, name projects, name businesses, you know, just it's really endless the opportunities that you have using it as far as brainstorming. I don't think it solves your problem, but I think it helps you solve your problem.
Well, I think so. Let's just talk on that side for a minute, right? Because I know that has a little bit of marketing in it, but that's kind of day to day, a little bit bigger picture, and I think that's applicable for a lot of that's one man show. You know what I mean? One man show, and you need an extra person to help you with the creative side or brainstorming because you just worked on 4 cars that day and you're crispy, right?
Yes. Yep.
So again, if you want to share the screen, let's do a little test and just see what it comes up with. I'm going to share this tab instead.
Yeah, and
boom,
so
boom, boom.
what you're in is what Canva Pro.
What did we talk about? Billy Smith talked about residual income, right? We have no idea what it's going to say. Billy Smith did the comment, right?
Yeah.
Give me 5 residual income.
Do we need AI to spell that for us?
Yes, please. Or detailing company, right? So we don't know what it's going to say, but you're like, man, I need to create some residual income streams, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and now it got angry at me. So that's where we got to do it. Okay. And again, this is live. We're trying
to. Yeah.
5.
Again, the user friendliness of these tools is only going to get better over time, but learning how, you know, what tool to use where. Canva, if you're having to design your own post and design your own graphics, it's a great tool to have, and it's already got AI built into it.
So asking for these 5 different income streams for a detail company, because you're like, man, we need to be making a little more. Times are tough, whatever it may be. But you're just like hitting a wall. Okay,
Look at that.
well, it's going to
5
come up
different-
and give you, having multiple income streams is crucial for long-term success in any business. Here are 5 different income streams for a detailing company you should
What
consider.
are the 5?
Well, the first one's the detailing services, the mobile
Mhm.
detailing. It says selling detailing products such as waxes, polishes, cleaners, car accessories, right? Offering car accessories, and then detailing training.
Yeah.
Are any of these out of left field?
No. I mean, that's a very good list.
It's a good list. And then what'll happen is like, okay, you know what? I didn't even think about detailing training, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to say here, okay, you know what? I want to go into that a little bit more. And I want to say, okay, create, what would we want to ask AI for detailing training?
You could create a training outline, an auto detailing training outline.
Create.
We're giving all our tools away. Like, man, we just thought you were really good, Dustin. No, AI has made us really good.
It's little Dustin's the AI. He's actually got it probably my little microchip inside of.
Yes, yeah. Billy Smith and Miss Vandy gave me this right here, but we're gonna call him little AI.
Now, what I usually do, this is just a quick tip. When you leave it so open-ended, I can still generate it, but I like saying in 3 steps. I like trying to narrow it down a little bit so it becomes a little more precise. But let's see what it spits out with leaving it open-ended. Create an auto detailing training guide.
There you go.
Right. And it did it in 6 steps, right? Start with a thorough wash, clay bar treatment, polish, wax, interior detail, wheels and tires. Like, it's going to give you the first step, right? We're brainstorming. We're trying to figure out, okay, well, I do this differently. I'm going to change this part of it. You see what I'm saying?
It gives you a starting point. So instead of starting, like, we all have had that blank page, like writer's block, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Where do I start? AI kind of bridges that gap for me, for sure. When I want to, if I need a kickstart, you can use AI to do something like this. Say, oh yeah. Okay, now this is what we typically do, and we're going to take out section of this. We're going to rewrite most of it, but where it's applicable to us. But it's a heck of a place to start. And when you talk about writer's block or something like that, where you just get stuck, man, AI is there to help you out.
So that's like the brainstorming side, and you're able to take some of that and turn it into marketing. On the other side of it is, I think, when you're just, oh my God, you're a one-man show, and I'm going to share this tab instead, and you're just like, hey, I want to create a post. Yes. Right? I want to create a post, and you're not a designer. You're not, use the tools around you to make it better.
That's right.
So again, there's a bunch of templates that you can have on Canva, right? You see all of them here on the side. And for the people listening, we'll sort of try and explain some of it to you. What we want to show you is the picture side of it, right? So if we go and grab, let's find one with just like a car here, right? And we want to grab this car, and you know what? My colors are blue. I want to make that car blue, right? So if I go and double click this car, which is white, and then go through here to magic edit, and you know what? I'm going to just do this whole car here. And go ahead.
So you get to highlight the thing you want to change, basically.
Yeah. And I'm going to just do it kind of rushed just to see what it does, because it's AI and I want it to be able to think for itself.
Right.
Right. So I like the black background. I don't want it to change my design totally, but you know what? And I'm going to leave that spot white right here in the middle to see what it does. And I'm going to change car color to blue, right? Because that's going to match and of course now AI is doing the thinking. Now it's like, hey,
the light's dimmed in my shop here. It is.
it's there doing its processing. But
it's actually got a paintbrush. There's a computer somewhere with a paintbrush.
They're like, oh my God, Nick and Dustin want this white car blue. What shade blue? What shade blue do we pick?
One computer leaned over to the other one. Was like, hey man, we got to paint this car again.
They're driving over to Home Depot and getting all the different swatches. They're like, you know what? I think this one looks the best. So now,
think about this though. Think about this world that we're living in, where we're asking a computer to make subjective changes. Blue, look at that. Oh, I used to give Madison so much credit for this. Now I know how she does it.
So it gives you a blue car. Again, it didn't go make the wheels blue, right? The tires are still black. It looks like a nice tinted out, and it fits the color scheme and everything.
Dude, it's perfect.
And that's something little. That's something small where you're able to make these adjustments to these pictures. But I think it's just that's AI. For someone to go through and do that with Photoshop and pay for Photoshop and do this and do that and take the time, well, it just did it in about 20 seconds for you.
Well, let's be real. That's not just some plain blue. That's kind of an electric blue that would look good on that car. Like it could have picked any one of 1,000 blues, and I'll be dang if it didn't grab a really cool looking blue.
So,
really. So
yeah.
like the thought of like being able to ask this computer to do something for you like that and then get that kind of result is incredible. I mean, what a tool to have in the toolbox,
Yeah. And again, it's going to go a little bit farther than that if you want to push it. Like if you want the whole image, right? It's a car right now. And I want to change, what should we change the car to? Change the
school
car
bus.
To a,
school bus.
You've got a big school bus account coming. You're like, everything looks great. I can't find the right school bus.
Yeah.
AI, little Dustin, can you help me out? Change the car to a school bus. And you know what? It's good to be polite. Let's put please. Okay, I
always say please and thank you. I really do. I really do. I just feel like I don't want to make the guy behind the curtain mad,
No, there's one person, and holy smokes.
So it literally made that car a school bus. So sometimes AI is literal. Yeah, look at this.
So that's a little scary. I don't think I'm putting my kids. Yeah, where's the wheel? We're missing a wheel on the back here, right?
Oh my goodness!
It's got windows underneath, and I think it's got a door on this side.
Yeah, that's very odd.
So again, we want to show this to be like, look, it's not. You're gonna get some stuff like this. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's literal. And, it's not like asking Tom, your graphic designer, to do it. It's asking a computer to try to translate what you're asking it to do into something and make it a reality. Yeah. And you know what? There's its best attempt at making an SUV.
It tried really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So
so just as much as it can help you, like right now, right out of the box, there's still things that it can't do, or things that it's not going to do what you're expecting. This isn't the miracle worker, it's just another tool in the box. So learning how to use it, learning what to input, just like Google. I mean, when I remember when Google first came out, and you're like asking it all kind of random questions, but like learning how to make it useful in your day to day. And I think that we'll all experience AI a little different. What was the prompt here? Oh, it rejected you.
Yeah, I wanted to add something in. So I said, put a pizza box on the hood of the car, right? Maybe you're having a pizza social. We detected a word that may result in content that doesn't meet our policies. Not sure what that would be, but.
So pizza box. Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, I just want to see if it'll place a pizza box.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I wasn't sure why I kicked that back, but yeah. I mean, so asking it, look, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
man, if I get a pizza that's shaped like that,
how cool would that be?
So you can sort of see where it's at, right? You want to change colors, you want to do little edits and whatnot, but the scary part of AI is it's just not 100% there. It's a tool that's continuously improving. Showing these are fun and funny, and you're messing with them. You're like, holy smokes. Is it practical yet for every application? Probably not.
Probably not for every, but there are specific areas in which you definitely can use it right out of the box. Owner operator, just this one man show. I can use it to expand my reach a little bit. I can use it to help me brainstorm if I don't have a team to bring together, like to get ideas and to help me with these things. I mean, I think it's definitely has use case scenarios.
Cool. What else is on your mind on AI? Anything else crazy?
You know, as far as AI is concerned, everybody has concerns of where it takes us, and the downside or the scary side. I, in my opinion, I think that I'm sure there are negatives, right? I'm
Mm.
sure if left alone, that AI can be used in ways that it should never be used. But in our realm, in the detailing world, I think AI is here to help you. I think if you're not using it to some level, you're doing yourself a disservice. You have a tool here that will absolutely help you write content, um, design some graph, or make changes in graphics and changes in pictures that are make sense.
I'm going to go a different route with it. You
Uh,
see, I think putting just a little bit of time to be aware of the tools that are out there is
mhm.
going to make it easier in 3 years to be able to handle the things that are coming, right? To
Oh,
be able to handle
absolutely.
the
Yeah.
tools that'll really help your business. Because if you're like, I just saw Nick put a pizza and it made the whole hood a pizza.
Right.
I don't need that for my business. I
Correct.
agree. But understanding it, right, is going to make
Mhm.
it easier because you understand how to use the tool for for later. It's the same thing with the internet, right? When you were using Word and Excel and
Yep.
PowerPoint, well, now it's easier to use Google Drive and Google Docs and using all these different tools that are here now, but you had to use them 5, 10, 15 years ago to have that
To
build up.
understand, right? To understand why it's important and how you use it. I do think that it's not here to replace us. It's here to enhance us. And it's just like anything else, any other, as a human, our job is to make our lives easier. Like, we're put on this earth to figure things out and to evolve and make things that are hard easy so we can go solve harder problems. And AI is just another tool, and I think that being able to be aware enough to use it, to understand it, to see if it can play a role in your company at all. I think that's just good business.
So anyone watching or listening over the next week before SEMA and that's going to go visit Dustin, I'd love to see you find a picture of Dustin, screenshot this one, and do a little AI tweak on it and see
Right?
and show it to him. Show it to him at the SEMA booth.
Missing a tooth.
Missing a tooth.
Man, yeah. So, all in all, I know that we've dug deep on AI. I really loved the series, the two-part series on AI. I think it has it's going to play a big impact in our world in the next 5 to 10 years for sure.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, understanding it, knowing it, whether you use it or not on a daily basis. I don't know that anybody's going to be using it daily in detailing right now. But understanding how its use case, I think, is important.
Well, at least I know if I'm getting more than 2 sentences from Dustin, it's probably little Dustin type in there.
Let me tell you something. If you get more than a sentence from me, 100% written by AI. If you get a long comment on a post, just know a
Just
little
read
Dustin.
it twice and be like, you know what? Dustin doesn't talk like that. He's not talking barnacles. He's not talking Rite Aid. He's not talking,
Right.
that's not Dustin.
Eckards. Yeah. No,
Uh,
man, I love it. Looking forward to how seeing how it evolves, and and how it can impact our industry.
okay. Yeah. And ready for next week. We'll see. We'll be back next week.
For sure. Are we gonna go live? Oh, see, I'll be flying on Friday.
The
I'll have
show
to.
must go on.
The show must go, and we'll have to figure out. We may have to do it
Yeah.
from airport or something, but we'll
Okay.
figure that out.
Yeah, we've been in weird places before.
We have been in weird places before, for sure. All right, brother. Great show as always. Enjoyed
Yep.
it, and we will be back next week. See ya.
Catch you later.